when the music stops. Right here on Radar Radio. He made me say it twice. This is when the music stops. Stop.
Good music is timeless, no matter the
Yes,
age.
yes. Good music is timeless. Welcome back to Rated R Radio. And before we get started with this next subject, again, I know previously I discussed Inked Out, my man K-Skeen. You know what I'm saying? I definitely brought a shirt with me. I wanted to show that to the people.
They dope.
They dope. Make sure y'all hit him up on Facebook, K-Skeen. I know he on Instagram at K-Skeen, Inked Up.
All
That's
the tap artists need to be copping this. If you're doing a tap party, grab you one, wear it to your tap party. I love those.
Hey, if you having a tap party, hit us up. We'll, you know what I'm saying, bring some shirts through, you know what I'm saying, for you and your guests or whatnot, all that. But Inked Up is taking over, 219, Gary, Indiana, stand up. My man K-Skeen, he going to be doing big things. But in the meantime, in between time, man, I was thinking, yesterday was your man Young Jeezy's birthday. You know what I'm saying? He was the young 28. You know, Snowman was 28. I mean, not 28, but 38. And then he turned 39 yesterday. And it made me think, like, man, you know, is there an age limit on rap? Is there an age where, like, okay, Jeezy can no longer rap about the trap? Is there an age where he could, you know, maybe switch up how he used to come? Is there, you know, is he at the age, you know, at that age and whatnot, considering, you know, look at Jay-Z, 46 and still rapping about the trap, you know? So
because we can still relate, as long as we can relate, and they giving something that we can listen to and hear,
right?
Something lyrically good. I think they can. Rakim can still come out with something right now, and if it's hot and something that I want to listen to, yes.
I don't know.
Yes, he can.
I don't know.
Yeah, he can.
You might have worked yourself back up in there with a couple mixtapes or something. You know, I don't know.
I mean, he could come out. He could definitely come out on a hit or a feature and kill it.
On a feature, yes, and kill it. You know, he got. I mean, I feel like for a Rakim, he got to reintroduce himself to the now. You can't just hit me with a full song and I'm gonna be checking for it. I'm just
because you know another thing, man. To me, he tried to come out.
Check for him.
He tried to come back out in '99. Remember, he did that Truth Hurts remix, and he was signed to Dr. Dre. He was cool, but it was the fact that they, like Dr. Dre, and them couldn't find like nothing to do with him because he was so dated at the time. So you know, for him to come back in now in this era, it would really be tough to hear his sound and hear him.
No, I'm saying if he came back with something hot, it would not matter his age.
I would like to hear that. I think he might have something out there. We gotta look it up.
He's not capable.
It wouldn't matter his age if he can come. But I mean, that would be all about him keeping up. As well. He would have to have something that relates to now. And he might not have that, but somebody like Jay-Z or Jeezy does.
So what do you think about the young guys that be saying, like, you know, why are y'all old people always trying to relate to now? Why don't y'all sit back and let us do it? That's what the youngsters are saying. Lil Yachty and Uzi and all them.
That's like telling me to stop making my money because I'm a certain age.
Hey.
And I feel like
at a certain age, you got to stop making money, right?
What? When you die?
Hey, when you're 6 feet.
When you die? And even then, I got money for my kids. I ain't even going to be breathing. No. And they going to have some.
When you turn 42, you got to stop making money. It's a must.
That's what they say.
That's how they talk about it.
That's what they telling the older rappers. It almost seemed like, you know, y'all leave us alone. Let us do this music, and y'all stay in y'all lane and do whatever. And
they said that, but these same people that are saying that won't be here till next year.
They won't.
So this is what I'm saying.
They won't.
I mean,
fly by night artists.
I mean, I mean, as far as the original thing, as far as is there an age limit? I don't think there's an age limit. I mean, there's probably some thresholds where, like, I don't want to hear you talking about the trap anymore. Like, if you've been rapping if you've been in the game at 20, you know what I'm saying? I know you 20 years old, you got in the game, you probably fresh out the trap. When you hit 35, like, fam, you got 15 years out of the trap, you got to play that story a little differently.
Yeah, it should mature.
Yeah, it should mature. It can still be rooted.
Definitely.
It can still be rooted in I was in the trap, but you gotta your vocabulary things that have to mature.
I need
to a
growth.
point.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, definitely.
he's talking about things that are going on in today's world, but he's relating it back to the trap. Whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying. Then I can get with that. I wouldn't put a cap on nobody's age.
That's like 50 still talking about getting shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
You too old to get shot, cuz.
And to still keep reminiscing on it and
No, I mean you have to grow with with what's going on in your life.
True.
And I mean, isn't that what music is about? A reflection of things. We want to hear the real. And so on that point, I feel like it's timeless. Like you can't tell me Nas too old. He just came out with a banger that was like, oh shit.
You know what?
That's music.
I don't think for rappers there's a age limit, but there is if you start looking the part, like if you start looking old,
yeah. Oh hell yeah.
then it's like, cuz, chill out, man. But be easy.
I think that's why I use Rakim as an example because he doesn't look old. You know what I'm saying?
LL Cool J, another one don't look. He look 18 still. So
right. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I use him as an example, not because of his music, but his look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, 2 Chainz, he got the look for today. That's what it's about, maybe. Your look.
The look. The visual.
How you still carrying yourself.
It's about the look. And keeping up with the styles and the trends up to date and keep yourself relevant.
Or if you setting some styles and some trends. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
Yes.
you out here with a limp or you walking with a cane and it's not because you a pimp, then there's an issue. You know what I'm saying? An orthopedic joint with the 4 wheels and with the 4 prongs on the bottom.
I don't think people
that's
gonna
too
rock
much.
and follow that trend.
Nah,
right,
you just like, hey, bro, you should probably sit down.
You need to come out just as a tribute.
Yeah, man.
One of the tribute artists on the awards.
All right, man.
Come on out there, man. Like, hey.
So this leads me to
I'm out here for a limited time, player. I can't be standing up too long.
the tribute. This leads me to my next theory. Well, so ain't it? I guess it's because of our subject matter. I think it's because of the subject matter that hip hop puts itself in. It's tough to hear older people talk about it, but you don't see like Willie Nelson them and other country singers and other artists being told to sit down.
They can sing as long as they want to. How old is Reba McEntire?
Exactly. Exactly. ZZ Hill or ZZ Top or whatever their names are, out there doing it. No one is telling them to sit down.
I think that goes into the same category of as long as you can do it and you
look the part.
You can do it well. Now if you come out on the stage and your show used to be, all over the place, Busta Rhymes type energy, and now you like, I'm sitting on a stool like an old school comic. It's
right.
like, hold up, bro.
Do you think Lil Jon can get crunk like 20 years from now when he's running around with graying his dreads and things like that? Do you think he can still? Do you think he would look foolish, or would that be?
If he set a trend, if
he's staying behind the DJ board and drop it, yeah, he can do it. But
and that voice.
But if he in the front,
that
might be rough on the.
But look at Parliament, Funkadelic in Parliament. There's some old. He grew out his beard and had gray and everything. Is it the type of music? That's why I was asking initially. Is it because of the music that we make that we can't continue to do it forever?
Yes.
Jay-Z can't go out as an old man talking about it's a hard knock life.
Yes.
Considering that he's a gazillionaire, and being old, he can't continue to perform those songs because of the music that they made.
Yes, because let's just put it like this. The other genres, really their music is like love and things of that. You can't be 50, 55 talking about I'm selling a rock or I'm on the corner, I'm drinking, I'm partying. And I'm sorry, that's our music. Now, for instance, 2 Chainz can't do that at 50. Mary J. Blige can come out with something about
real
love.
We're going to touch on Mary in just a moment as well.
I know what you're talking about.
We're going to touch
well, she can still sing those songs at 50, 60 years old.
So they got a different
rap,
criteria.
So in that instance, rap hip hop does have a time limit based off that hip hop is street.
The artists may not have a time limit, but some of their music may have a time limit. I mean, because the song that you came in the game with, that might have been the hottest thing that like broke you into the game. And 30 years into the game, you probably not like, man, I can't really perform that no more like I used to. So I got to do something else, or I got to perform a more recent hit that was as big. I can't really do that first one because it's like,
Nelly is a good example of that. Like you can't really play "I'm Going Down, Down, Baby." You know, nobody really. But you could probably play one of his other.
But right now, I feel like he still could do "I'm Going Down."
Oh, with the whole singing.
I feel like he could still do "I'm Going Down, Down, Baby." But he got a bunch of hits after that, so he probably like, look, man, I ain't gonna tax my body that way. I can just go ahead and hit you with some more recent joints.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could go either way. I mean, even when you started off talking about like, I was on the corner, the police was after me, I was hustling. Whatever, if that's your story, you know what I'm saying? Not all rap music is about that, but if that's your story, you can start there. Mm-hmm. You can elevate to I was in the trap house. I had a couple people on the corner. Then you can elevate to I was the plug.
Oh, yeah, that's where
supply at the trap house.
Yeah, they deployed.
And they had some people on the corner. Then you can elevate to
like Jay-Z.
I ain't touched nothing. I just sent my mans them through.
Right, like Jay-Z.
And we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying you can elevate yourself through your raps from stage to stage and not always be.
Jay-Z is so confident. He know where he came from and he knows his boss status now. So now he raps about his boss status. I'm the only one they fear in the room. You know what I mean? Yeah. Still very lyrical and presenting himself as where he is now.
Hey, can I give my personal theory on Jigga, man? This is not a popular one at all, so y'all don't kill me on this. But, I've always thought Jay-Z has been really bosses can relate to Jay-Z. Ordinary guys never was really able to relate to or I want to speak for all ordinary men, but like I said, like I think like a lot of dudes can't really relate to Jay-Z on certain things based off certain things that he talk about
now or before.
Before and now. I mean, honestly, man, when Jay-Z first came out, he used to go over my head. He because he was on such a boss level when he first came out, and I think he kind of had to dumb himself down and talk about diamonds and do, And then that's when really a lot of people got on Jay-Z after that beef. After the beef with him and Nas, a lot of people then kind of was like, okay, let me check this dude out. Who's this going at Nas? But people really still couldn't relate.
I couldn't relate to him because I wouldn't listen to him because I was involved in the East Coast, West Coast, and you wasn't about to get me to listen to this dude that Pac is talking about. That was my problem. So I think maybe that had something to do with it. I started listening to Jay-Z when like Big Pimpin' and things like that came out. He
kind of made fun about like relatable music. Yeah.
It had Dame, you know.
Because he was to me, he was a little boring when he first came. But some of his music was.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't get on
Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
It took me years to listen to that.
Finally,
Yeah, I agree. I didn't get on to him till like college time frame, to be honest. I mean, because I was caught by the South music, really. I mean, it was like, well, probably like the first album I bought was like CD. Was that Notorious Big, Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying?
Class.
And from there on, I bought like, you know what I'm saying, the No Limit stuff.
Hey,
I went to the Cash Money stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went Biggie, because it's Biggie. Of course, you had some Pac, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I ever, like, I don't know if that wasn't my first album, you know what I'm saying, buying Pac, you know what I'm saying? My Pops was into Pac, so it was like, it's a twofer, you know what I'm saying? Pops got it in the house, cool, there we go. You know what I'm saying? And I bought some, you know what I'm saying, No Limit, we got Cash Money, so I was heavy into the South music, where that goes, you know what I'm saying? Couple cats from around the way put me on to the Memphis, you know what I'm saying? 3-6 Mafia, you know, things like that. So I wasn't really into the East Coast music until later on. So, like I said, I didn't know about the earlier Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, information. But, yeah, to each his own, you know what I'm saying?
he good.
He's
he
dope.
decent,
Yeah, he's dope.
but
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Knock 'em.
honestly, I've never been a East Coast fan like that. I've always been South and West Coast.
Yep, had that doggy style.
So it did. Like even today, you can't get me to listen to Jay-Z over Scarface or Tupac or Snoop. I can't listen to Jay-Z. Well,
That's what I'm saying, Jay.
except that the American Gangster.
That American Gangster, nice with it. And I think like American Gangster, man, was almost like Reasonable Doubt all over again because he kind of told his story through Frank Lucas. And but yeah, man, no knock on Jay. I'm just saying like I don't think a lot of cats really related to Jay like they related to a Pac, like they related to a Biggie. I mean, you know, they like these dudes kind of brought you in. Jay was kind of like still standoffish with certain things, but Jay definitely cold blooded. But and his music's timeless. I mean, this dude about to be 46 years old.
He a boss,
or 47, one of them ages, and still doing it, man. He a boss.
He sounds great.
Yeah, and yep. He do. He hanging with the youngsters and everything. So, you know, shout out Jay-Z or whatever, still doing it. But I do think the way that rap music is going, as far as selling, and when I say timeless, I think like we hold it near. We hold like Nas and Scarface near dear in our hearts. But like on the surface level, when you talking about like selling and being on a label and having a deal and being able to like be out on the mainstream. They definitely look at time. They don't respect no artist age. They like, hey, if we don't think y'all gonna be sold, you know, whatever with you, and that's where the music gets ruined. It gets judged at when it comes to the like.
You know what though? To be honest, in today's age, I don't think it matters because nobody's really making albums. Everybody's putting out mixtapes and touring. So that's why 2 Chainz and Jeezy and all of them are able to thrive. Fab is like, I hold Fab so high up because he's one of the only dudes that survived in this game off mixtapes and features. He don't give a damn about an album. And he's still to this day relevant and putting out hot music.
I'm about to say hot garbage. I was gonna say, well, how?
No,
hot music.
Don't sleep on.
Yeah. Oh man, I love Fab.
I'm
definitely not sleep on
Fab.
Fab.
He like the feature king.
Yeah. I'm definitely not sleep on Fab.
Lil Mo.
I mean, because probably the inception of this podcast way back when. We talked about top 5.
Oh yeah, he was in his top 5.
I put Fab in my top 5. Everybody like, what? Fab?
Yeah.
Explain to me. I said, explain to me. Why would I have to explain?
Have you heard him?
Right. Exactly. Have you listened?
Yeah.
Have you rewinded? Have you seen what that bar is really talking about?
Yeah.
2-3 things. I'm just like, man, Fab is killing it. You know what I'm saying? Now he might not have all the lights, camera, action.
He don't, and he don't care about it.
But I feel the same way. It's just like I don't need a lights, camera, action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his consistency.
If the check is coming, I'm consistent. I'm out here, respected.
Yeah.
You know, what do I need that extra for?
I will jump on a feature and kill it. He's the feature king.
Feature king.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the feature. You got your remix kings. This dude has survived the game of features.
Yep, and mixtapes.
The mixtapes ain't no joke.
Yep. Yeah, man, Benny Siegel, I just watched the interview recently, and he credited Fab, his recent project, for him wanting to get back in the lab and do something.
I listened to that, man. That mug, you know what that mug put me in the mind of? And I ain't never even experienced one of these. It put me in the mind of an audible book.
Oh, when you listen to Benny Siegel was talking,
Beans was like giving it to you like, give you to that even keel. He hit you with that
facts.
When he get to the high point, facts. Or, he put that inflection on his voice. I was like, man, this is like an audible book. Right? I've been listening to this for 2 days. I ain't had time to listen to it for the whole time. In between trips here and there, back and forth to work, whatever the case is. You ain't got no meeting going on. So you're like, let me listen to this real quick.
Yeah. And that's crazy. I like how Beans talked about how he felt about Game's diss. He was like, man, he kind of cut me deep, talking about me being sick and everything.
Game said the same thing. He said he did that he was hurt.
Yeah.
Like he had so much respect. Game had one of the realest interviews
We on the
Right.
Breakfast Club.
He was just
He kept it
my
100.
He kept it so 100. I loved it. And yes, he said he was hurt. He was hurt. He said, but he came at me without no knowledge or hollering at me about what's going on. Yep. I'm supposed to be your man. Yep. Ask me what's going on. Don't just hop on something that's about me. Because now I got to get you.
So I can't give you no pass?
No,
you only hit me with 3 words, but I mean,
I got to get you.
Pass. I gotta attack everybody on this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. That was. I went back after our podcast last week. I went back and listened to the disses or whatever. The game went pest control. Ooh, he went
high five.
In.
Ooh,
yeah, man. He game went in, yo. I'm like that, and you know what? You made a good point. Because I asked the question, like, should somebody, you dial whatever in the situation? You was like, no, this is what we want. This is the fire within hip hop that keep us going. You're right, because it had me all on the internet listening and looking out and trying to see what's good.
It's the only thing on the YouTube feed.
Yeah, everything.
I can't even get away from it.
So yeah, I think that this is real good for music. It helps, just ignite some certain things and whatnot. But yeah, I hate to see when they get physical though with them, putting hands on beans, man. You don't do that.
Why? Because he bust them out and told the truth that I really didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. You don't.
The fact that he wrote most of
that
second verse.
He came in there to write. What?
Y'all brought him down in the right. Y'all talking bad about Drake. And y'all brought this dude in here to write.
even going back to your point about Game having a real interview, he was like, you know what, like. Fam is a street dude. I get it. You ain't no rapper. Right. You a street dude. You not a rapper.
I understand.
You ain't, you probably haven't worked on that craft of being a rapper. He like, so I get it. You might have needed some help with your bars. You know what I'm saying? So he like, I ain't giving you no shots in this interview about it, but of course I got to dish you about it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might need some help with your bars. But I mean, why you gonna attack? Beanie was like, man, fam hit me with a blindside fade. He's like, it wasn't no straight up, wasn't no conversation. It wasn't no like, all right, let's put your dukes up. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you snuffed me. I mean, and to his point, anybody can go down from that. You know what I'm saying? The biggest or the smallest. You know what I'm saying? If I'm looking over here, if somebody hit you in the back of your head, ain't no telling what might happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that happens.
Yeah, man. But to snuff them, though, to come from the blind side. It's about to get interesting though.
Me killing himself,
hanging,
basically.
Yep.
For real.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even before all the beef, I'll be honest. I think I downloaded one Meek album.
I'm not a Meek fan. Or
it was a mixtape.
I never was.
I gave it one listen, and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like he has some songs. You know what I'm saying? Hearing not even some songs. I think it was like one.
Oh,
and I was like, I can't really get with it. You know what I'm saying? So I never really been a Meek fan. So those, could be like, oh yeah, you not a Meek fan because he lost his beat. But no, I just never was a Meek fan prior to it. You know what I'm saying?
If I can't mention more than 2 songs off the top of my head of yours,
I got none of those.
He has nothing in my memory other than Tupac back, and I only remember that because I hear Rick Ross' voice. And hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Only because that's a club banger. I mean, that gets the club turned. Yeah. Other than that, I can't recite or think of by memory anything Meek Mills, and that's what I mean by timeless. If I can't remember
something that you've done.
No.
Yeah,
I like I'm a boss, but like I said, I ain't got no quotables.
I forgot it.
I ain't got no quotables, but I'm not saying he can't rap. It's just like it just didn't.
I know that song and I like it, but I can't remember it till you just said it. I'm a boss.
I think Meek Mills jumped off the porch too early. He jumped off the porch too early. He released a bunch of mixtapes. He had a lot of the people in the hood, in his neighborhood, a lot of the people on the mixtape scene who listened to him. He had an occult following, but he jumped off the porch too soon when he dissed Drake. He jumped off because what he did was he jumped into some waters. He jumped into a sea of fans that not really familiar with him, and they like, man, y'all, you dissing our guy. Like everybody loved, a lot of people love Drake. I ain't gonna say everybody, but he's beloved by a lot. And when he jumped off the porch and did that, it made it looked envious, it looked silly, it looked foolish, and it made him look dumb at the same time.
Because Drake killed him.
So it was almost like he jumped off the porch, he was tilting back, and Drake just blew like that and knocked him over. He really didn't do, because those disses wasn't no 2K knockout punches, but it was it was just some. Hey, I'm gonna push him over the edge.
I don't know, man.
Back
to
back
back was pretty.
Back
to back. It was
that
very
first one
witty.
was like,
back to back goes down as one of the best disses. Yes, it does.
Back to back. I'm surprised it wasn't even on the album.
Back to back is one of the best diss songs. Just off you getting bodied by singing.
Hey, you know what? For it to receive a Grammy, somebody thought, or a Grammy 9
back
or whatever, somebody thinking.
But forgive me because I'm Draked out.
Okay.
But I am Drake
It's
out.
all good.
And I'm such a music fan. I love Drake. And that was one of the best. That goes down with, to me, that goes down with Ether and Hit 'Em Up.
I don't know about Ether and
It does. Yes, it does. With today, yes, it does. It goes in the category of best.
Are we gonna put it in
diss
today's climate?
Can
we talk about like all across the board?
Can we all?
Ether like
Ether is
who
Ether.
is this?
Ether is Ether.
If you didn't know who Nas was, you was like,
yeah.
Hey, Jay-Z don't even go in the list of best disses as a response to Ether.
No, not for me, though.
This is what I'm saying. That's one of the best disses.
Ether had boys on Google like, what is Ether? What exactly is that? Is this a made-up word? Is that real?
So what we can do is write down our top 10. If there's even 10 that are 10. Best, that's what I'm saying. Back to back go in that list.
I can say 5 maybe. Man, Hit 'Em Up was my number 1. Hit 'Em Up from Pac is number 1.
Ether is mine.
Oh man, the passion behind Pac. I forget the fact that he had the Outlaws on it. Just Pac alone. The talking in the end.
The Ether was so blatant.
Ether is the number 1 diss record.
Ether was like, I come in the club, I see you over there, I walk over to you like this.
Ether.
That's what Ether was. Ether was like,
Ether is the best.
The hook said,
man, but Hit 'Em Up was, I'm coming in the classroom with your mama, and I'm talking about you in front of everybody, and I'm dissing your girlfriend while she's sitting behind you in the classroom in front of the whole class, and I'm gonna embarrass you on wax. I mean, it was I don't know what was more embarrassing, the fact that he came out, that's why I F'd your B, you
it's
fat
2.
mother. I mean, like, he came out.
It's number
ruthless. 2. Number 2, man.
It wasn't
the most chant.
Rated R. I need you to.
You chant.
Matter of fact,
the chorus.
What's the most
put
like?
Ether and Hit It Up on the recording for our commercials.
We're gonna do a poll.
I need you to listen to both of them back to back.
Okay.
Ether is the top.
I'm just saying, the most remembered part of the song is usually the chorus, because it comes to you at least 2 to 3 times.
When you see Tupac.
Fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah, that stung when you heard that. Like, whoa. Whoa. I'm like, man, did he just say?
It's going to get serious.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
You been on my...
You love my stuff. Now I can't say bar for bar, like verse for verse. Pac should have just let him. He should have did that whole thing, because Nas laid Jay-Z out. I can't say I had never seen another king be laid out on a table as bad as I saw him lay out Jay-Z. Like, yeah, Biggie did his thing. I mean, Pac did his thing with Hit 'Em Up, but Jay-Z, Biggie did his thing. Biggie didn't really respond. Pac attacked. Biggie was like, Nas came on a rebound. Nas came in defense. I had never seen nobody come back on a defense level. Like,
put it together. I rock hoes. Y'all rock fellas.
And now y'all want to take my spot, fellas? Feel these hot Glocks, fellas. Woo.
Put you in a dry spot, fellas.
Still, man, Hit 'Em Up number 1. But it's a close. Ether's a close.
We gonna take a poll.
But you